Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Good evening. Hi. Unmute
Hello.
your mic. Thank you. I was going to say you should unmute your mic and answer you
Hi.
now. Asking you, how are you?
I'm doing fine.
I, yeah, glad to
I'm
hear that.
doing great.
Amazing, amazing. So,
How are you
one quick
doing?
task. I'm fine. I'm trying to wrap up my weekend so I can rest. So one quick task that I'd like you to do is to go to the Telegram group. Please add your friends that are not online yet, and ask them to come on. We are starting now. I'm going to confirm if Tolani is here. Okay, Tolani is not here yet, but she has joined the group. I'm just going to drop her a Telegram message now so she can come on. All right, great. Tolani is here. Hi, everyone. Hi. Praise, Amina, Jude. Hi, Tolani. Hi, Tosin. Hi, Nika. Is this Lan or Anne? Ambi and Shegun, welcome. So, you've not called your friends, so all of you, I'm not seeing your messages. Go and mention them. Tell them to join in. Tolani is here. Our renowned digital marketing coach is here. She's here to answer all your questions. I'm going to introduce Tolani now and read the questions, then we can take it one after the other. So Tolani is interestingly, let me share this. Tolani is an I4G alumni. She graduated from one of our programs and has since been making remarkable strides in her career. So for Ingressive for Good to reach out to her to come and speak with you guys, you should know that she has really been doing well. So that's an indication that if you also do well and we can vouch for you to teach our people, we'll most likely reach out to you as well to come and encourage your juniors. Your juniors, you understand? So I'm really rooting for you guys, just like Tolani. I hope that you also make remarkable strides in your career. Okay, so Tolani, she's a community builder, she's a content marketer, and she's a global youth ambassador at the award. She works at the intersection of tech, content, and community, and she excels at making mundane subjects exciting and communicating complex ideas in a simple, understandable manner. So yeah, that's the remarkable profile of Tolani. Hi Tolani, please say hi to our people, and we take the questions.
Hi, Dolapo. Thank you so much for having me here. Good evening, everyone. I hope you guys can hear me clearly.
Oh yeah, I
Yes.
can hear you. Oh, beautiful, I can hear
Okay, Dolapo wants to set me up this evening.
Not exactly. I'm super proud of you. We are super proud of you at I4G, so I'm sure you kill it. Yeah. So the first questions. Thank you all for submitting your questions. Indutimi did like about 6 questions, and I'm like, are you just waiting for this summer session? So I'm going to start from the first question. Maybe Indutimi asked, how can I effectively use social media platform for marketing purposes?
Okay. All right. I'll get into that. Actually, Dolapo said that I graduated from one of I4G's courses. I've actually gotten 3 scholarships from I4G. No jokes.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, it's really a great opportunity for me to be here. Getting to the first question, how to effectively use social media platforms for marketing purposes. Okay, so there are a couple of things you need to consider first, right? The first thing you need to do, as in any marketing endeavor that you set out for, is to first define your goals. Okay, determine what you want to achieve through your marketing, like what is the target of your marketing efforts, Are you trying to increase brand awareness? Are you trying to drive traffic to your website? Do you want to generate leads? So you have to clearly define what exactly you want to achieve with your marketing on these social media platforms. Then you have to understand your audience, right? You have to conduct research to identify your target audience, your demographics, their preferences, their online behavior, because everybody is not your target audience. Okay. So saying that your target audience is everybody, like you want to sell to everybody, like all 7 billion people in the world, is like the first step to failure in your marketing efforts. So you need to like do your research and streamline your target audience to the exact demographic of people that you want to buy your product, right? You need to understand their preferences, the way they behave online, where they hang out online, where can you find them, what kind of content resonates with them, that kind of thing. So this will help you tailor your content and your messaging, okay, to resonate with them. Then you have to choose the right platforms. Okay, like I said, after you've identified your target audience, so you would also, in your research, you also get to know where these people hang out more, where they spend most of their time, right? So if if they spend most of their time on LinkedIn, then you should not be targeting them on TikTok because it's not going to work. If they spend most of their time on Twitter, for example, then most of your marketing should be on Twitter and not on Instagram. Do you understand? So you focus your marketing efforts on social media platforms where you know your target audience are bound to spend most of their time and are more likely to see your content or your ads or whatever. Right? Then so Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, they are popular options, right? But make sure you choose the ones that are most relevant to your target audience. There are other very niched social platforms, right? If maybe you're marketing on niched communities of a very niched product, you need to go to exactly where you know majority of those people will hang out. Okay. Then okay, so what have we said now? We've said define your goals, understand your audience, choose the right platforms, then develop a content strategy, right? Develop a content strategy. You can't just be freestyling your content. You can't just wake up in the morning and create content on vibes. So you need to create a content plan that includes engaging and relevant and educative content that your target audience will find appealing. Okay, maybe images or posts or videos or articles or tweets rather, right? So ensure your content aligns with your brand voice, aligns with your brand values, and also is appealing to your target audience. Then social media is all about building relationships, right? So you have to make sure to engage and interact with your audience. It's not a notice board where you can just come and post stuff and then go, then come and post stuff and go. You have to make sure you interact. You have to make sure you engage with your community, with your followers, with your audience, by responding to their messages, their comments, their mentions. So when you actively participate in their conversations and share valuable insights with them, they would feel like they can relate better with you and relate better with your brand. Okay, then you can also use paid advertising. Ads like very, very important. It's like the easiest way to reach people that have potential to be your customers, right? But they've not heard about you yet. So it's a probably opportunity for you to just like get in front of their faces rather. Okay, so then very important, you have to track and analyze your performance, because the major thing that differentiates digital marketing from traditional marketing, right, is data. Using data, being able to track your data, collect data, analyze this data, and then make informed decisions based on the data you've gotten. That's the major differentiator between digital marketing and traditional marketing. So you can see your analytics, you can see the results of your marketing efforts. You can check what's working, what's not working, what do you need to continue doing, or what do you need to do more of, what do you need to do less of, right? So use your social media analytics tool to track your performance metrics, track your engagement, track your reach, track your conversions, and click-through rates. Okay, so you analyze this data that you get to understand what works best for you, what is not working, and make adjustments accordingly. So most social media platforms have this analytics feature that you can check from time to time and review to know if your marketing effort is achieving desired purpose or desired objectives, right? Then just once you do all these things and you stay consistent, I'm sure you get results from your social media marketing efforts because consistency is very, very, very important in marketing. Okay, it's crucial. It's even more crucial in social media marketing. So you need to regularly post high quality content. Emphasis on regularly and emphasis on high quality. Okay, you need to stay up to date with the trends. You need to know, okay, what's Mark Zuckerberg doing this week on Instagram? Has he changed the algorithm again? There's something I need to adjust. You need to know, okay, what are the banned words? What are the banned hashtags? What are the do's and don'ts of every social media platform, and adapt your strategies based on the evolving landscape of this social media platform. So I hope that answered your questions.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. You were very, very detailed and explicit. Thank you so much, Tolani. Thank you. You actually touched on some of the other questions, like the next one now that says, "What are the best practices for conducting market research in digital marketing?"
Okay, I already mentioned some of the things. Like basically, you have to define your research objective. That's the first in any marketing endeavor. Define your objective. Define your goals. Right. Understand your target audience. Identify market trends. Evaluate your competitors. Very, very key. Okay, there are a lot of platforms or tools that you can use to do competitor analysis and competitor research. You can check out what your competitors are doing, okay? And you can literally copy their moves in a sense. Okay, so competitor research. So this will help you to focus your research efforts. You need to know the limit. Okay, this is exactly what I'm aiming for. This is what I want to do. All right. Then utilize online tools. Since it's research, a lot of tools. You have Google Trends, you have Answer the Public, you have other keyword research tools, right? That you can use to literally check what people are searching for, what do people want to see. Perform social listening to um, get your finger on the pulse of what people are really interested in at that point in time. Okay, then analyze the data you get. Very important. The reason why you get data from your digital marketing efforts is so you can analyze it, right? So you use your customer data, maybe customer surveys, for example. This is research, right? You could use customer surveys, your website analytics, and other CRM data that you get to gain insights into your customer behavior, their preferences, their buying patterns, right? So surveys, feedback, monitor social media conversations, do competitor analysis and research. Study your competitors' digital marketing strategies. What are my competitors doing at this point in time? Okay, their online presence, their content. Okay, it seems like their audience is really, really resonating with this new thing they are doing. How did they do it? Is this something I can implement in my own marketing strategy, right? While also identifying areas where you can differentiate yourself because you can't copy them everything word for word, back to back, that kind of thing, right? But you can learn one or two things from what your computers are doing. Okay, then keyword research, staying up to date on industry trends, right? And regularly revisit and update your research. Market research is an ongoing process. It's not like um, a one-stop thing. Like you can just do market research now and forget about it forever. No, it's an ongoing process because customer preferences change, trends will change. Do you understand? The way the online or digital landscape operates will change. So you have to continuously monitor and update your research efforts to stay ahead of the curve, right? To stay ahead of changing consumer behaviors and market dynamics, basically.
Thank you, Tolani. Thank you so much. That was insightful. The next question is this question is related to, I think, two more questions, which is pricing. So I'm going to read because there are more questions, and we are already spending a lot of our times already. So I'm going to ask this question and ask similar questions. How do you allocate budget to a particular campaign that includes different platforms? And hold on, Tolani. So I'm just going to ask Tosin's question. So if it's the same, you can answer together. Please help us with template for how to bill clients on our services. When anyone needs our services, how do we charge them appropriately? Yeah, so that's another question. And someone also asks, how does one go about charging as a newbie? So yeah, charging for campaigns and charging generally.
Okay, so how to allocate budgets for a campaign, right? The first thing I would say, define your campaign objective. You already know what that is, so I'm not going to go into that in detail. Determine your target audience and platform relevance. Okay, so you know your target audience, you know which platforms they frequent, you know the platforms you want to target, and you have to allocate a larger portion of your budget to platforms that are most relevant to your audience, right? So sometimes it can also depend on where they are in their user journey. Okay, so if someone is just like barely in the awareness stage, you may want to do like Google Ads, okay, because at that point the person is like probably searching for your products or searching for products related to yours. So if you show up on the Google search engine results page, because they're like, trying to get more information, there's a higher probability they may click on your ad at that point. Then you have to research platform costs. Understand the different costs for different platforms. Oh, okay. Um, some platforms charge based on impressions, right? Some charge based on clicks. Some charge based on actions. So you check the different platforms and check research the average cost. Maybe just like Google, ask other marketers, check all this information is available out there. So you have like an idea of the average, like an estimated what you can work with, an estimated performance metrics for each platform to inform your budget allocation, right? Then consider your platform effectiveness and reach. Okay, so you want to like push more of your money to platforms that are giving you the most results, right? So maybe when you've already like executed one campaign and you look at the data and you'll be like, oh, our projections were a little bit off. We thought we would get more results from Facebook ads, but we actually got more results from Google ads or Snapchat ads, for example. So let's rearrange this budget and direct more funds to these Google ads or Snapchat ads that are giving us more results. And let's see what we're going to get. Like I said, marketing is all about observing your data and making adjustments constantly to try to figure out what will give you like maximum performance, right? Now, you also have to set like campaign specific budget thresholds. Okay, so you need to determine the minimum budget required for every platform to achieve meaningful results, and also allow enough budget to allow for effective testing and optimization of campaigns on each platform. So we can't just like honestly, if I'm working with a company and they want to launch a new campaign, I can't just give them like a definite figure off the top of my head, right? Because I need to like look at the data because it's different for different organizations, different companies, different products. So we may need to do A/B testing to check out which ad creative would work better or resonate better with our target audience, right? We need to like actually look at the data from when we've run the first set of campaigns, then iterate subsequently for the next one we're going to run. Okay, so you also have to consider the funnel stages. I mentioned something like this earlier. You have to consider the funnel stages. You have to consider where your customer is in the sales funnel. Okay, so are they at the awareness stage? Are they at the interest stage? Are they at desire? Are they at action? Right, and allocate budget across platforms based on the different stages of your marketing funnel. So, for example, you want to allocate a higher portion of your budget to platforms that drive awareness and interest. Okay, a higher portion to those platforms and a smaller portion to those focused on conversion, right? Because it's at the awareness and Yeah, like I said, you have to test, optimize, check your data, very important. So sometimes you may think like you have a strategy that will work, like you're so sure that this is my marketing strategy is the bomb
Um,
point, and then you check your data and you see that okay, it's not working out the way that I thought it would work out. You can always like make adjustments for subsequent campaigns. So then okay, how to charge. Oh, sorry, you couldn't hear me. Can you hear me now?
yeah, yeah, I can hear you now. We lost you for about 40 seconds or
Are you
thereabouts.
serious? Oh my god. So sorry about that.
Yeah, but it's fine that we can hear you.
Okay, so
Yeah.
as to how to charge for projects, right? Like let's say someone wants to hire you as a digital marketer. You need to consider first of all your level, your skill, your expertise. Okay, how much am I worth? Like at this point of my life or in my career journey, with the knowledge I have, with the skills I have, with the projects I've worked on, what do I think it's worth? Now you can always you can check Google, okay? You can check Google, you can talk to that's why you have communities like this. You can talk to like other digital marketers in the field. Like, oh, what do you think is the industry standard for someone at my level to charge? Because you may think a figure is high in your head, maybe because you're not used to that kind of money before. But when you start talking to other people, you may not realize that oh, actually, I've been asking for lower than I'm worth. Okay, so please ask other people. Don't be. I know that there's this tendency of people wanting to like hide how much they make or how much they earn, that kind of. I'm not saying you should not be shouting your salary on Twitter, right? But you should have like people like at least in a community like this that you can ask, oh guys, what do you think for so and so job description? This amount, is it okay? What do you think? Then they'll be like, okay, no, it's too low, or yeah, it's okay, right? Then also depending on the JD. So some people are looking for some guys companies will look for they'll tell you they're looking for a full stack digital marketer. Basically, they want somebody that will do everything. They want somebody that will do content, do strategy, run ads, uh, do social media management, you know, do SEO for them, a full stack digital marketer, right? So I usually run from this kind of roles though, but if it's within your power and within your ability, okay, you should actually like charge for like actually outline like when I'm sending contracts to my clients, I actually like outline every single individual thing I'll be doing. I don't like bulk it up together. So you don't be asking me why should I pay you this much? So I outline, okay, I'm doing content strategy for you. Then I'll do content writing. Then I'll do SEO. Then inside SEO, there's keyword research, there's analytics, there's computer analysis. So this thing takes time. Then social media management or community management. Then writing, creating content. Then I'm even like break it down. Like normally, this is how much I charge to write an SEO article, right? But if it's like in a package deal, for example, this is how much you will charge. I will not charge you like cumulatively, that kind of thing. So like make sure you show them, you need to show them how you're solving their problems, right? You need to show them just how much work you're doing. Okay, because people may not be willing to pay with a lot of money if they feel like what you're doing is easy. So don't downplay the value on the importance of your work. Do you understand? Make sure you let them know just how much work you are going to be doing. Don't downplay the value at all because that will not give them like a leverage to feel like they can charge you less. Okay. So that this for like freelance. Assuming this for freelance, because if you're like applying to companies, most of the time they usually have like a range that they would state in their ads. Or even if they do not state it, you can always research. Okay, for a social media manager, what is the in a tech company, for example, or in a tech startup, what is the industry standard? Okay, so it's someone in a different industry. Do you understand? Because of like the variations in industry. So try to look for um the average in that field, the average in that industry, and always negotiate your salary. Always negotiate your salary. Okay, so first of all, when they're asking you, so how much do you want us to pay you? That's if, let's assume they did not give a range that you already saw before you applied. Now they're asking you, how much do you want us to pay you? Okay, and you quote a rate. Always don't quote a figure. Don't just say 150K. Always like quote a range. Like, okay, I'm open to considering something between 120, 180 and 250,000, for example, right? So make sure that 180 is like the minimum that you can go. Okay. But that now also gives you like a room to negotiate, right? And always negotiate upwards. See, these companies, they have money, right? They have like a budget to pay you, but their HR will always like definitely want to see how to hire the best talent at the cheapest possible rate, because it will help to like keep company costs down, right? So they don't even mind paying you less than what you are worth if you don't know you are worth that much. Okay, so always negotiate your salaries. I always negotiate my salaries every single time, and every single time that I do that, they always like agree for my, should I say, my upward rate. So just an example, like recently, I got a job in another city, okay, and the salary was like pretty good. It was pretty okay, but I looked into like moving costs, like how much it would cost me to move. Can you still hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
like how much it would cost me to move and everything. And even though the salary was good, I felt like it was gonna be a little too stressful for me, you know. So I turned the offer down. Now at the beginning, when we're having the interview, they were like, "Oh, we don't have a relocation allowance, so this is how much we can pay, how much we can pay." And I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry, but this is not good enough for me, right?" And we kept negotiating and we kept negotiating until recently they reached out and they're offering a really, really reasonable negotiation allowance. Sorry, relocation allowance, right? That is like almost 1 million. Okay. Now, this was the guy that at the beginning of the interview, they said that they did not have any, it's not in their budget. Okay. But based on the negotiations that we had, and me putting my value at the forefront and showing them, like, okay, this is what I can do for your company. I know my value and I'm not backing down. So if you want me to work for you, this is what you have to do. This is what you have to do. Okay, so always negotiate your salaries. I've found out that companies they usually have like a budget or an allowance. They can always pay you more than they're offering, okay, at first. So make sure that's something that you definitely explore before you accept that offer letter. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. That was brilliant. That was a whole pricing masterclass. Thank you so much for being so detailed, Tolani. Thank you so much. I'm just going to add a tiny bit to what Tolani has said. I think I saw it on Bolaji Billion's Instagram. I think was it? Yeah, it was on Instagram that I saw it, where she was giving a kind of breakdown about how she charged her clients depending on what she's charging them for. And she was like, she look at how much a subscription costs, like how much Canva subscription costs per month, how much I think newsletter, the data that she actually did. She did some additions and divisions and all of those things, and it was really, really like, I'm going to find that post and share with you. And that's just like a little bit of addition because Tolani already killed that question basically. Thank you so much, Tolani. And we'll go to the next. Oh, so the next question is, so I think now Tolani has covered questions related to pricing, so I'm not going to be asking that again. What are the key elements of a successful email marketing campaign? I think that's similar to the first question about effective use of social media platforms. You get so. What are the key elements of a successful email marketing campaign? Tolani, would you like to answer that like directly and tailor down to email marketing?
Okay, yeah. So, in addition to all the things I've said about defining your objectives, identifying your audience, for email marketing, you need to have very compelling subject lines, right? Because all of us, we know you get tons of emails a day. So maybe you went to a website, you thought that, oh, looks cool, let me just subscribe and see what they have to say. Or maybe you don't even think it looks cool, you just need a resource. But before you could download it, you have to put in your email, that kind of thing, right? So basically, they have your email address and they can send you emails. You're on their list. Now, you all know it's not every email that you click, that you open. So that's why compelling subject lines are very, very important. So you have to craft engaging subject lines that grab your reader's attention and entice them to open the whole email. So a well-crafted subject line can significantly impact your open rates and the overall success of your email campaign. So make sure your subject line is something that when I'm reading your email, I'm just, the only thing I will see at first is your subject line, right? So if it does not appeal to me, there's no reason for me to really like click it and read what you had to say. So all the writing you did that day was just like in vain when it came to me. Okay, then high quality content. Now even though I get like tons of emails every day, there are some emails that I will specifically look out for, or even go to like search, like okay, I usually get this email by 5 p.m. on Thursday. Let me check if it has coming, right? Now that's because I feel like I get value, I get high quality content. Maybe it educates me in some way, it's informative, or it's entertaining to me, that kind of thing. So make sure that your content is something that your target audience finds valuable, that will actually make them look out for it and actually make them want to read it. Okay, then include a clear call to action in your emails. Your CTA should guide your readers towards the desired action. What exactly do you want them to do after reading your email? Do you want them to share it with a friend? Do you want them to click on a link and go to your website? No, what exactly? Do you want them to reply you? Do you want them to fill a survey or a form? Your CTA should be very, very clear, whatever it is that you want them to do, right? Then optimize your email for mobile. Don't ever forget to do this. So maybe you're working on your laptop, for example, you schedule your email and everything. I'm sure platforms like MailChimp and the rest, they have a preview page where you can actually see how it will look like on different devices. You can see how it will look like on a laptop, how it will look like on a tab, how it will look like on a mobile phone. So make sure it's optimized for mobile. Okay, same thing applies to your website, for example, too, because if I'm reading on my phone, right, and you wrote or you optimize it for those that have laptops, it's not going to look very good, and I'm not going to want to continue reading your emails. Okay, then what else? Okay, A/B testing. A/B testing is like it's very key. Okay, so it's usually when people have like, let's say, large lists, for example, when they have like very large lists, for example, maybe you have like 50,000 email subscribers and you want to send out a very, very important email across, okay, and you want a lot of them to click or to open or something, you can say, okay, fine, let me do A/B testing with 10,000 of these 50,000 people. So I'll send draft A to this first 5,000, and I'll send draft B to this second 5,000. Now I'm going to observe which draft performs better, and I can now choose that one as my winning draft to send to the remaining 40,000 people on my email list. That's like A/B testing, basically. So to check, digital marketers, you know what A/B testing is. I need to explain A/B testing to you. Okay, and you also have to make sure your email is like legally compliant, right? There's some countries like their laws are really, really strict. You can't send an email without a place for users to unsubscribe, right? You can't send an unsolicited email to people, sometimes, or they are like, even when they sign up on your website, they also have to like confirm their subscription before you can add them to your list. So these are just like legal, should I say, compliance measures to prevent spam, right? They are like anti-spam regulations and practices. So make sure the email provider you're using is very reputable. It's not someone that just goes and collects random emails from random people on the internet. Okay, so make sure you manage your subscriber list, and you want to regularly clean inactive subscribers from your list, because it makes no sense to have 10,000 followers and 6,000 of them have not opened your emails for the past 8 months, right? It makes no sense. So it's not in the numbers. Are they opening your emails? What are your open rates looking like? What are your click-through rates looking like? So you have to maintain good deliverability rates, because if maybe you're working for a company and you're like, oh, we have 10,000 subscribers. I'm like, oh, that's nice. So how many people open your emails? And you say 150. It's gonna look like you don't know what you're doing. So because how can only 150 open out of 10,000 emails? So you have to now like go and check. Okay, first of all, how did we get these email addresses? Are they even legit? Are they even correct? First of all, then do they still want to be on the list, right? If they don't, you can always take them out and focus on getting new people to your list that would really want to receive your newsletters. Okay, so it's not just about the numbers. It's about, do people want to see your content? Will they open your emails? Will they read? Will they click through? Those kind of things. And finally, your analytics and optimizations. Make sure you check your open rates, like platforms like maybe ConvertKit, MailChimp, and the rest. It's inbuilt, right? It's inbuilt on the platform, so you can just go to the manager and you can check. Okay, what are my open rates? The email I sent last week. What are my open rates? So if your open rates were maybe like 25%, and suddenly they drop to like 8%, you cannot check. Okay, what's happening here? Okay, why is it not growing? Why is it dropping? Check your click-through rates. So sometimes your email marketing campaign is like integrated with other marketing efforts that you want to do, maybe to sell a product or to sell a service, right? You can check the click-through rate. How many people clicked on this link to go to my website to buy the product? Then if they clicked on this link and they went to my website, but they did not buy the product, there's something wrong with maybe the way my website is optimized, or it help you identify different issues or problems you can address and work on. So yeah, like I said, data in digital marketing is very, very important. Remove the data from digital marketing and you may as well remove the digital, right? So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Tolani.
Sure. Sorry, I didn't know I was muted. Sure did answer the question perfectly. Thank you so much. I'm going to take the next question now. Hopefully, we're able to take all of these questions. Maybe I'll just ask two at a go, and then to Tolan would try to be like brief and all. So question 5 is, what is remarketing and how can it be used to re-engage potential customers? And also, okay, the other question is about charging. So you already answered that.
I didn't get
So
that. Sorry,
what
your
is
volume is kind of.
remarketing? Oh, sorry. Is that what is remarketing? Remarketing, and how can it be used to re-engage potential customers?
Okay. All right. So I think maybe you mean retargeting, right? And see, I'll just say that there's a lot of information available on this subject online. Um, like platforms like HubSpot and the rest, you can just like check them out later. But retargeting is now again using data, right, to target people that have already shown some kind of interest in your products before, but maybe they did not go all the way through the funnel. They dropped off at some point, right? So you have their data through like analytics. These cookies on your devices, they kind of like store or give a record of the sites you visited, what you've checked out, how much time you spent on this site, that kind of thing. So have you maybe like ever checked out something, like just Googled maybe Bluetooth speaker, for example, where you just Googled it, and then all of a sudden ads for Bluetooth speakers are following you every single where you go? That's remarketing. So based on the data and the cookies they track, they will say, oh, okay, this lady, she already has interest maybe in buying a Bluetooth speaker. So if we target her again enough times, like put it in front of her face over and over again, maybe she may just cave in and buy, right? So that's like remarketing, using data to retarget customers that have already shown a level of interest in your product, right? And like increasing the probability of them buying from you. So maybe at the time they went like halfway through the funnel, or at the time maybe they did not have the money to buy your product. Okay, maybe why retargeting is important. They don't have money to buy your product, so they dropped off, and you now show them the ad again maybe 2 weeks later. They'll be like, oh, that's true. I was checking it out that time. I have the money. Retargeting. And sorry, can you remind me what the second question was?
I didn't ask the second question because it's about charging, so I skipped that. Also, Oluwatosin
Okay.
asked, yeah, she asked about charging as well. I believe that's been answered. Thank you. Amina asked, how do you market yourself as a social media manager?
Okay. How you market yourself as a social media manager? First of all, put it in all your bios, put it everywhere. Okay. Your LinkedIn, your Twitter, your Instagram. Tell people, because the truth is, your first gigs will probably come from people that know you. Okay, so talk to your friends, talk to your family members, post on your WhatsApp status, then share valuable content on social media management. So let's take social media Oga, for example, right? I'm sure maybe we know social media Oga. How did she get like prominence in that space? It was because she was posting helpful content on social media management for free, and she was doing it consistently, right? So people come to her page, they find value, you can just see that, oh, okay, this lady knows exactly what she's talking about. So the way to position yourself for a particular role online is to like talk more about what you do in that role, in that capacity. Okay, like engage in communities that um, are based on social media management, join spaces on Twitter, talk in spaces, attend networking events, get to meet other people. Just put yourself out there consistently, share your knowledge, share what you do in social media management. That's like the best way I can think of for you to position yourself online as a social media manager. Yeah.
Thank you so Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Tolani. Thank you. All right, Ineka asks, what advice would you give someone that wants to start a digital marketing agency? Like,
Okay.
any
What are
advice?
your social marketing agency? Hmm. I'll just
Ineka,
go assume.
okay, Ineka is on the call. Maybe she can give the
Yes,
kind of
thank
digital
you.
marketing agency. Yeah. Hi, Ineka, please unmute your mic and tell us. Hi, Ineka.
Okay,
Can
okay.
you hear me?
Hi, good evening.
All right.
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, what I mean by
Good evening.
digital marketing agency is like someone who wants to open an agency and include things like advertising, email marketing, copywriting, as in generally digital marketing as a whole. You know, I don't know if you
Okay, I get.
understand what. Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
but Nika, have you already been working in this field you mentioned?
I haven't. I don't have any experience. That's why I'm asking.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you, Tolani, but Ineka sounds a bit far. I can't hear her.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Nika,
can
I
hear you,
asked
but
if
it's so
you.
faint.
Sorry?
Hello, Nika, are you with us? Okay, let me just try to like answer, right?
Uh-huh.
Let me assume that you've already been working in this field for a while, like digital marketing, content marketing, email marketing. You have experience, you've had clients in these fields, right? If you've not, I would advise you to start from there. Like find somewhere to work first, or just like maybe just get a couple of clients, right? To build you need proof of work, basically. So you want to start an agency, you need proof of work. So when you are pitching to people, you're trying to get gigs, maybe you're doing cold emails and everything, you need to show them like, oh, okay, I'm an expert at what I do. This is what I've done, this is what I've done, this is what I've done. Right? Because agency, starting an agency is like it's not just you're not just doing the digital marketing. You actually have to like go and get the clients yourself, right? You have to pitch to people. You have to do cold DMs or cold emails or whatever, right? So, further for you to make sure you have like the proof of work. You need to make sure you have like a good enough portfolio. Your portfolio should be good. Your portfolio should be robust. Okay. When you see an agency, then I'm going to assume that it's not just you. You want to have like other people working with you, right? So you can get like gigs from multiple companies. Maybe you can do like maybe 15. You're doing digital market for like 15 brands at once, which is something you cannot do all by yourself, right? Now that's agency work. And it's not be your responsibility to go and get these brands. So I'll advise you to build your authority in the space, right? That will make it like much easier for you to get like gigs, for you to get clients, right? Then get like proof of work. Make sure that the things that you're advertising, the things that you're pitching to people, you really, 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 really know how to do them. So that's basically what I would advise you to do. I hope that answered your question, Nika.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
All right, beautiful. Thank you so much, Tolani. Thank you. All right, the next question is from Elo Godswill. Elo asks, he said, I am very new in the tech digital marketing space. How do I best market myself as a techie? I think she just answered that. He also asked another question. I currently work in marketing department in an establishment, and their current style seems to be best described as a traditional means of marketing, that is meeting people on the street face to face. I want to find a way to switch this to digital marketing. How do I go about it? Yeah, that's hi Tolani. I don't know if you can provide any advice in that regard. I think it's more operational or management based.
Yeah,
Like,
I get
yeah,
it.
all
I
right.
get it. So for the first one, how do you best market yourself as a techie? So when I started out in digital marketing, I did not plan to like work in tech. I didn't know that there was like something called like working in tech. Do you understand? It was just for me. I was just looking to like switch career paths. I started out in engineering, and I went to like do something else in my life, and I switched into digital marketing. So basically, how to position yourself? I think digital marketing in tech is basically the same as digital marketing almost anywhere else, right? It's the same digital marketing you're doing. So what you have to do is just like go where the tech guys are, basically. So if you want to position yourself as a digital marketer in tech, just go where the tech guys are. You already have the skills, right? It's the same. There's no special digital marketing for tech. Okay. So just like join tech communities, join their ecosystem, contribute, talk in the tech ecosystem. You can even like maybe add it specifically in your bios or stuff so people will know that okay, she's a digital marketer with a focus on tech, right? Which is what I did. Okay, so that's it basically. There's no special digital marketing tech skills you may need to get if you already have like the normal should I say full stack digital marketing skills that you already have. So you just like join tech communities, join the ecosystem, contribute to discussions, you know, that kind of thing. Then you currently work in a marketing department and they're traditional, you want to switch to marketing. So I would say if it's like traditional, unless you're like top management, you can't really like make the decision to switch to for them to switch to digital marketing, right? So you just have to like find a company that does digital marketing and go and work with them. So that's it. You may have to like start looking for other alternative career options if you want to do digital and not traditional marketing, right? So you have to now look for companies or an organization that their work culture aligns with what you are looking for career wise. That's it. Because unless you're like top management or you can bring forth your strong reasons and pitch to top management why they should switch from traditional routes they are going into digital marketing, into mainly I feel like every organization does some form of digital marketing, so into like mainly digital marketing, right? You just have to like look for an alternative place to work that supports what you are looking for. So yeah.
Hi, thank you so much, Tolani. Thank you so much. All right, the next question. I'm coming. 1 minute. Okay. Um, All right. On Texas asks, my question is as someone that is a beginner in digital marketing with no real life experiences, apart from the training and certificate. When someone asks for my portfolio, what am I supposed to put there?
So you just have certificates and trainings. Look for somewhere to intern, right? Now the very first gigs I got, they didn't pay me or they didn't pay me much, but I worked for free, right? So if you check my resume, the first two job JDs roles that you see there, they are like either they didn't pay me at some point or they paid me very little, but um it helped me gain valuable experience. So there's that piece of volunteering. You just have to volunteer. I did a lot of volunteering, right? Because I knew that I need to build my portfolio. I need to build my resume. You get, so it's not really an excuse. And the thing is, when it's on your resume, nobody's not going to ask you, oh, okay, this role that you did here as a digital marketer, was it a volunteer work? How much did they pay? Nobody's going to ask you that question. You just want to see that you have the experience, that you know what you're doing beyond just like your certificates, like you actually like applied the knowledge that you say that you have. Okay, so you may have to look for somewhere to intern, you may have to look for somewhere to volunteer, right? So this is like something, an opportunity I give to like people in my circle. Like I know some people will come to me sometimes like, oh, I want to learn digital marketing, I want to learn community management, that kind of thing. And I will help them, like guide them, okay, get this certification, take this course, take this training, apply for this scholarship. Then when they get the knowledge, I also like advise them, or maybe like help place them in places that they could volunteer or intern for a while and get valuable experience, right? Because it's completely different when you're actually doing the work than you just took an online course, for example. So you actually have to like try your hands out at what you've learned, and you also have to like gain, should I say, that experience of working in a team or working with someone who is more knowledgeable than you, right? Because there's some things that you can learn in that situation or in that environment that you may not necessarily like get from the course, because this is like real life application and you're learning directly from someone who is actually doing the work while you are actually doing the work. So I advise you to like get somewhere to intern, get somewhere to volunteer. I think maybe I don't know, check if um I have some like um companies or organizations that may be willing to get interns or volunteers. So maybe like after the call we could see about that. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'll follow up with you on that. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. Um, all right. So we have about just a few more minutes to wrap up. I'm going to ask the next question is from JC. Okay, no. From Asquare Right. Asquare Right asks, my question is as someone that is a beginner with no real life experiences apart from training and certificates, would you advise
That's
the
what we
person to?
asked.
Yeah, okay. No, it's the same question from a different person. Yeah, right.
Okay.
All right. The next is from JC. Um, what is the difference between content writing and content creation? Two, as a graduate in social media marketing, so you just claim the role of a social media man. Do you just claim the role of a social media manager or social media coordinator?
Okay. Between content writing and content creation, they are both under content marketing, right? But there are different forms of content. We have visual content, we have audio content, we have written content. So obviously, content writing is what's written content. So this is now where like your copies will come in, like copies for social media, copies for ads, copies for email newsletters, copies for content, maybe like SEO content for like websites, right? So you can say in that field, you can say you're a content writer, you're a SEO content writer, or you're a copywriter, right? So basically all you have to do is write the content or write the copies, right? Then content creation would definitely like include maybe like they may want you to create videos along with it, or they may want you to create graphics or maybe audio content, that kind of thing. So they may ask, oh, well, for a digital marketer with experience in content creation, maybe graphics and videos, for example. So that's like basically just the difference. And there's content strategy, which is like this person that plans or organizes how all these things come together to achieve the marketing goals and the marketing objectives. Then, as a graduate in social media marketing, do you just claim, okay, you're graduate in social media marketing, right? Like I will tell you, you can't just like claim the role of a social media manager or coordinator if you've not actually done the work, right? So maybe you could find someone to intern, right? Or hear me? I think my network went off.
Sorry, I lost you for a bit. I can't.
Sorry.
I don't know if you've done answering. I think
Yeah, I have. Sorry, what was the last thing you heard?
um I can't even. I lost track of my thoughts. While I was trying to get my
Like,
network
can
back.
someone please tell me the last thing
The,
they heard?
the last thing I heard was when you were trying to explain that you can't just claim the role of a social media manager, except that's the last I heard.
All right, great. So you have the certificate, right? You have the knowledge. You need to get the experience. Okay. So if someone asks like, what do you do? I'm like, okay, I'm a social media manager, or I'm a social media manager intern. Okay. So because it's not about playing the role. It's about, can you actually do the work? So if I see you and I'm like, okay, fine, I need a social media manager, be able to do the work of a social media manager. Okay, so for example, you said social media marketing. Okay, so maybe you can decide to focus on the part of social media marketing that runs only ads, right? So maybe in that case, you're not a media buyer. Okay, so that depends on what you want to do. Do you want to focus just on managing social media platforms? In that case, you're a social media manager. You want to just focus on ads? In that case, you can be like a media buyer, right? That's like the digital marketing term for guys that do ads, that kind of thing. So, but you have to, like, after getting the course and certifications, you have to make sure you also get the hands-on experience to go along with it.
All right.
Dipsy,
Thank
I
you.
hope that answered your question.
Yes, yes, but okay, yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you. Um. All right. So the next question is also from Jude. He said, "Do you need to have a website as a beginner in social media marketing, and is it necessary to have one?"
Um, no, you do not need to have a website, and no, it is not necessary to have one. But let's say maybe you want to, you want to have your own agency, or you want to like actually, position yourself as social media manager to, top companies. Then in that case, yes, as you progress in your career and what you're looking for changes, you would actually need to have you may need to have a website, right? But when you're starting out, that's not really that important. I think your social media platforms will suffice. Just make sure they are well optimized to showcase what you really do. Your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, make sure they are optimized to showcase what you do as a social media manager. Okay, so for example, if I want to hire you as a social media manager, the first thing I would do is to look at your own social media platforms, right? I will look at your Instagram. So, can you still hear me? Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I will look at your own Instagram. I'll look at your Twitter. I'll look at your LinkedIn. Let me see what you're doing with your own social media manager. So when you're starting out, your own platforms are like your website in a way. You get, so I always tell people your own pages should be part of your portfolio, right? When people are saying show us what you've done, you should show them like how you've been able to like grow your own pages as a like if you're a social media manager. So I'll still go back to the social media guy example. For example, when you go on her page and you look at her page, you can literally tell that, oh, okay, she's good at the social media management thing because she does it for her own platform. So yeah, you can just have your own pages and social platforms. You don't really need a website to start out with.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah, I got you. Thank you so much. I hope that answers your question, Jude. I'm sure it does.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
okay. On Texas asked, how do you generate leads for clients? I think she has said it in passing, and there have also been some answers on the group as well. Um, Jude is asking another question. Let me see if somebody else asked another question. Someone that has not asked before, so that we don't only answer for Jude. Okay, how do you get those internship? I've been shouting on social media. Okay, I've been shouting on all my social media accounts that I'm open to internship and volunteering role, but nobody has reached out yet. Am I doing something wrong?
Okay. So how I got my internships then personal experience was I just looked for organizations like around in my city, my vicinity, people I know that run companies, right? It could even be your friends, it could even be like somebody you know, and be like, hey, so I just learned this skill. I was wondering if I could like um work with you, to apply my skill and everything. Like it's a win-win situation. I remember one of the internships I got then, it was my friend that helped me talk to his brother. Just hired a company. Like wasn't nothing serious, but he just hired it and he was putting a team together. Right. So I joined his team as an intern then, and I got like really valuable hands-on experience. Talk to people in your network, right? Not just talk to guys in your network like, okay, hi, sorry, I'm a social media manager. I'm looking to intern. I'm sure you may know one or two people that have like businesses or have like companies or do something online, right? And you can just ask them, oh, sorry, can I manage your social media page? Do you have a social media manager? Oh, well, okay, you don't have to like pay me so much. Then come to a mutual agreement, and if you don't like the work I do after maybe 2 months or 3 months, you can just let me know. Okay, so talk to people. Then for social media, you have to show the value that you can offer, the value that you can bring. Okay. So if you're consistently putting your work out there, work in the sense of creating useful content, right? Stuff that you do, and position yourself as someone that knows what you are doing. That's a higher possibility of people paying you attention because there are a lot of people who are shouting on social media that they need jobs. Okay, a, a whole lot of people who say they need jobs. So you have to like differentiate yourselves from them so that you actually have the knowledge, right? Because in as much as companies would want interns, they really do not want to spend a lot of time teaching people stuff that they feel they should already know. So I know you don't have that much experience, but I expect you to come to me with a certain level of knowledge. Do you understand? So if you can show that you have that knowledge, right, then it will be easier for them to. So, for example, like the people that let me just tell you, like my own personal experience, the people that work or like they come to me that they want to learn digital marketing, right? And I work with them, I show them what to do, I teach them, um, tell them which courses to take and everything. Now they work with me for a while. Okay. Now I will not recommend them to a company to go work as an intern until I'm sure that okay they've had basic knowledge requirements, okay, that they've covered their courses. So when it comes to like knowledge wise, theory wise, they are good. They understand how it works. So they will not be in a marketing meeting and they are saying things like CAC, CTC, CPM, and it's like they're just speaking jargons. Like you know this marketing thing, even if it's just in theory, right? So we just have to give you like the experience. I don't really think that interns or volunteers are that hard to internships and volunteer opportunities are that hard to find because companies actually like free labor, right? They like free labor, especially if you can show that you know what you are doing. So just try to constantly position yourself. First of all, ask yourself, check your bio, your online bio. Does it reflect what you are looking for? Because you cannot say you're looking for social media manager roles and your Twitter bio profile is saying something like um, you only live once, enjoy your life, finish. Because maybe you say you need an SM internship role, and I click on your
Hello.
I think we lost Tolani.
We lost.
Hi,
Yes.
Tolani. Oh, I think our network is breaking.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I think I had network issues at some point.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, what was the last thing you heard? Sorry.
That
You were talking about
internship hard to
internship.
get.
Sorry.
That internship or volunteer work is not that hard to get.
Okay, so just have to like position yourself for the roles you are looking for. Okay, check, make sure your profile, your bio adequately reflects that. The things that you talk about reflects that you're looking for a role in this field or in this position. So maybe if I see your post that, hey, I'm looking for social media management intern, that kind of thing, and I go to your profile, I don't see one single thing on social media management, how am I going to be convinced? Okay, and talk to people around you and be very honest with them. Like, okay, it's internship role. Nobody's expecting you to come with one massive portfolio. Do you understand? Or a very, very long CV. Let them know I have the skills, but I don't have a lot of experience. I would like to build my experience with you. Do you understand? Just like I'm willing to learn. I'm a quick learner, that kind of thing. Be honest with them. Don't go and lie that you can do something you cannot do, or the work will choke you. Do you understand? I feel like interns are not that hard to get because companies like free labor, especially when they feel like you know what you're doing. Okay, so yeah, I hope that answered
Yeah,
your question.
yeah, it does. Thank you so much, and thank you also for mentioning. You know, when you say companies, they see it as maybe a big company or an established company,
It doesn't have to
and
be a big company. Oh. Like the first
exactly.
company I interned with, we were only three people working there, right? But it was registered. We had a website. We had everything that was running. But we now come into our house or our Zoom meeting. It's like, oh, only three of them they work for you. You know, you don't really. It doesn't have to be a multinational. Do you understand?
Yeah,
Just something
right,
that is
right.
running that you can get like practical daily hands-on experience. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you for clarifying. Thank you. All right, we are past 1 hour now, and I'd really love to release our guest. She has done a wonderful job. Wonderful job. You've answered these questions eloquently, brilliantly, like top notch. And I think everybody, at least I've asked one of everybody. No, there's one more person. But Tolani is still on the group. And I'm pretty sure like she'll be able to answer some questions like as soon as she can. She understands. So because our time is fast spent already. So thank you so much, Tolani. As we wrap up, maybe just give an advice to our graduates because they are transitioning into the alumni very, very, very soon. So just one thing that you say to them to like keep them to encourage them basically, so we can wrap up.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So I know maybe some of us or most of us we started with the idea of, oh, I want to learn digital marketing, I want to transition into tech, I want to make tech money, right? So tech money is very real. Okay, I know, but it's still it could take some work, right? So don't get, I'm like telling you from my own journey. Okay, there was a point in time where I was like really frustrated because I seemed like I was doing a lot of work, but I was not like getting the, should I say, um, the required results I was seeing, right? But what I didn't know then was that I was basically building my value. I was building my resume, building my portfolio to a point whereby there is nobody that I send it to that can reject it. Like you have to look at it again. You know, you have to be like, okay, this girl really, really, really knows what she's doing, right? So to the point where now clients are not the one that are reaching out to me to come and work with them and not the other way around. So be willing to put in the work, right? Be willing to actually put in the work, be willing to learn, be willing to get the experience, and very importantly, build your network in this field, right? It's all about like who you know is really, really important. So as you're in the group chat, try to like connect with people. So maybe some of these guys you see that from afar, they are really, really good at what they are doing. You'll be surprised at how accessible they actually are, right? And how if you ask honest questions, they'll be willing to like help you out, point you in the right direction. So invest while you're investing in yourself and in your skills and your talents, also invest in human relationships too and connections, because that would definitely come in handy. So yeah.
Thank you, thank you so much. So everyone, please go on the
Yeah.
group chat and say thank you to Tolani, and you know the drill. Should like go online, say something share your takeouts from this session and tag Ingressive for Good. Also tag Tolani. I'm going to share our handles on the page so you can follow her, connect with her, and ask her further
Yeah, I'll
questions.
drop
I'm
my
sure she'll get
Twitter
back to answer
links.
you. Sweet, yeah, please do that.
So you
Yeah, all
can
right.
tag me.
Thank you,
I'll show my social profile
everyone.
and Dolabo, maybe
All
possibly
right.
maybe like 2 or 3 people who I think I could help out with internships, so they could like try actually like get to, you know, use
Yeah,
the theory they've learned
beautiful.
and get
Yeah.
practical experience. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll follow up with you on that. That is
All right.
beautiful. You don't know how happy I am now. I'm sure our community are happy too as well. So I'll follow up with you on that. Thank you so much. Thank you for the gesture. Much appreciated. I will surely follow up with you on
Well,
that. Thank you, Tolani. So please
thank
tell Tolani
you.
thank you. You really need to tell her thank you because she just give you guys a master class. And thank you all for joining as well. Have an amazing weekend. Bye bye.
Thank you guys.
So much.